How are you doing today? I wanted to stop and check in with you because I've been talking with so many of you about setting goals, especially during this time. You have so much time and you're like, well, maybe I can change this one aspect about myself, or maybe I can grow in this one way. And what I've come to realize is that for so many of you, the reason you don't chase after your goals is because you put so many things on the table. You put it all out there. You're like, I'm going to lose weight, write a novel, find my husband, save $1 million, make $2 million, but save it all at the same time. It doesn't really work that way. And so I thought of an interesting parallel about how some of you see your goals. And it's like, okay, I pull up to the drive-thru at McDonald's and I'm like, yeah, I want to have package number 1. That is $1 million, the hot guy who lives within 10 miles of me, who has a dog that's only 3 so that we can grow old with that dog, and write my novel and, get a really good job that pays me $40,000 more than I'm making right now. And can I have that all in 3 months? $500? That sounds reasonable. So you get all your package, you go home, you're like all excited. You put every single pile out on the table and you start to write a plan. And you're like getting through it, like you made a plan for get the husband, and then you made a plan for how you're going to get the promotion that's going to get you the job with all of that money. And then you get to the third one and you can't even really get through writing all of the objectives for that one. So you kind of like write a third of it and then you get to the next one and then you're like, screw this shit. It's all so freaking difficult. So what ends up happening is you go and you grab a glass of wine and then you sit on the couch, you turn on the TV onto something that's mind numbing, that's so distracting so that you can not think about all of the shit that you just overwhelmed yourself with, right? And then you end up going for another glass of wine and then you're like, okay, this is why I can't do these things, because you repeated this story over and over in your head. You go to bed, you wake up in the morning, you open one eye and you're like, yeah, that 10 pounds is still sitting there around my stomach. Yeah, there's no guy there. And then you go, oh, it just doesn't happen for me. I just can't do it that way. And then you're like, you don't do anything. This is the problem with so many of us, so many of you, when we go to set goals. You got to set one goal at a time. You can't think that you're going to change your whole body, your whole existence, where you live, your job, everything at once. It has to be small baby steps that lead to larger baby steps. One goal at a time, one step at a time to reach that one goal. And then you can start adding more and more into it. But it's not a whole package that you just pull up to the drive-thru and think, no, I'm going to do this. The reason why you get so overwhelmed and you stop is because you try to do too much at once. And then those thoughts in your head say, I can't do it. I've tried it before. I just can't. I can't, Melissa. I'm not good enough. I can't. But here is the reason why. You're doing too much at once. So if this is you and you're like questioning it all, I urge you to stop thinking that you can do it all at once, especially right now in this time frame that we're going through. Give yourself some grace and some space. Start really, really small, okay? If you want to save money, if that's your goal right now, try to see if you can save $5 a week. And then, after a month or two, start to save a little bit more and start adding something else in. Maybe it's not a month. Maybe you're doing a really good job at it. Then you can slowly start to add everything else in. Now, I have a lot of goal and action setting plans that I have been sending out to everyone that is on the Love Your Life community email list. So if you want to start receiving those so you can work on actionable, attainable goals, I'll show you step-by-step guides. So hop on my email list. But if not, I just want to tell you that you are loved, you are strong, and you can do anything that your heart desires. So don't believe that little story that goes on in your head, because it's not true.